Good morning from Europa Park here in Germany, where I'm here to come and check out the 2019 Halloween event. It's been quite a while since I've been at this park for Halloween. It was actually 2015, so a good few years, and I'm looking forward to walking around, soaking up the atmosphere, seeing all the different theming, all the pumpkins. Literally, they fill the park with thousands of pumpkins, loads of photo opportunities, decorations, Halloween shows, there's the Halloween parade, and so much more. I'm looking forward to bringing it to you all in this vlog. Now, it's October here in Germany. I thought, you know what, it's going to be a bit chilly. Normally when I've been here for Halloween before, you want your coat on, and yeah, it's a bit cold. It was 27 degrees when I arrived yesterday, and today it's looking like it's going to be about 25. So yeah, it's shorts weather, even though I've not brought any, but it's absolutely gorgeous. What a really nice morning it is here at Europa Park. Of course, here we can film on the rides as well. As much as the vlog's going to be more of a Halloween focus, looking at the theming, of course I'm going to take you guys on quite a few of the different rides here at the park as well, using the chest-mounted GoPro, including some of the bigger rides like Silver Star, Wodan Timber Coaster, and of course Blue Fire as well. So let's get started. Welcome to the vlog here from Halloween at Europa Park. Let's start down here on the German alley and take a look through all the theming at the entrance area. When it comes to decorating for Halloween, Europa Park really goes to town with loads of decorations all throughout the park. It's not just down at the entrance area where you get some theming. Honestly, there is decorations everywhere. You've got various different colours and shape of pumpkin, all the different straw on the lampposts, hay bales, flowers, random props and pieces of theming, photo opportunities, and so much more. Down here at the entrance, this is just like a preview to what you can experience throughout the rest of the park. As you can see, you've got balloons up there in the trees, you've got bats hanging down from up the top. There is so much theming and lots of different styles as well. Some of it a little bit more classy, and some of it a bit sort of, as you might say, tacky theming in some areas. However, it does work in some of the parts of the park where they've done it. Honestly, it looks absolutely incredible, and it certainly gets you in the Halloween mood. Now, as you can hear as well, got a very ambient soundtrack playing this morning down here at the entrance. Love it. Creating a very nice atmosphere, very spooky. As we make our way down through the German alley and into the park itself, down towards the rides. Here's a look then at some of the decorations in the Italian themed area of the park. As you can see, there's just so much variety when it comes to all the different sizes and colours, shapes of the pumpkins. There's all sorts, there's pumpkins that I've never seen before, like that one down there. Honestly, it's incredible. In terms of they must grow them locally and then bring them all in, because there is so many just everywhere. They line all the paths. It is crazy, it really is. But anyway, as it's Halloween, I thought it might be quite a fitting start to actually go on Geisterschloss, which is the ghost castle just over here. 1 minute wait, as we can see from the keyboard out the front. Just come and join me for a ride.
Verlass mich nicht!
enjoy a ride on Geisterschloss. I think it's a really good dark ride, and as much as it was inspired by the Haunted Mansion at the Disney parks, there's still quite a lot of other details and differences to notice in there as well. Here we are then in the French themed area of the park, and as you may have noticed, they've not got the massive pumpkin down the bottom here anymore. So they used to actually turn Eurosat, as it was at the time, into the pumpkin coaster. Used to have a new soundtrack, bits of theming inside, and then here on the outside they turned it into a huge pumpkin. Now of course Eurosat Can coaster has took its place now, and it's meant that they don't actually put the pumpkin all around the side anymore, which is a shame. I think that was a big highlight from the Halloween event, to be honest. It was a big like focal point, somewhere to take all your photos with, and it kind of really made a massive sort of point where you walk into the park and everybody could see it as they walk past it. It looked amazing, but I can kind of understand why they haven't done it in terms of being a bit more professional, so to speak, and fitting in with the whole theme what they've gone with down the bottom here. I mean, it does look amazing, all the theming what they've done. It looks a lot better than what Eurosat did, but I do miss that at Halloween because I really enjoyed the pumpkin coaster. But yeah, if you do want to see that, go back to my vlogs from 2015 and also when I first came to the Halloween event in 2013. You'll be able to see what that looked like. So yeah, in terms of theming around in the French area, nothing on what it used to be really. I mean, they used to put a lot more all around here as well, around the waterfront, but don't get me wrong, you still got some pumpkins around, and I'm sure it'll make up for it in some of the other areas of the park. So just decorating the park with pumpkins around the side of paths and in bushes isn't enough for Europa Park. Oh no, they like to build big structures using pumpkins and flowers, and there's a few of these throughout the park, including what is the biggest one for this year, an amazing photo opportunity just behind me over here. It's a phoenix what they've actually made, and it's absolutely huge. Of course it's not all made of pumpkins, there's a couple of bits of theming on there as well to put it together. We'll come and have a look at this in more detail because it looks absolutely incredible. You think about the amount of time and effort that went into building this structure just for Halloween, it really is incredible. Look at that. There's his head here at the front. And the size of this thing, absolutely huge. I mean, this puts it more into perspective. Look at the people just here having a photo in front of him. Wow, amazing. Built up of loads of smaller pumpkins and flowers, all attached to a structure. As you can see just up there when I zoom in a little bit, these are all like plants that have been put into pots. You can see a couple of them just there actually on the side. But yeah, that is amazing. What an amazing like photo opportunity. Honestly, incredible. Blew me away, that. I was really, really like that. There are literally pumpkins everywhere. And look at the size of this one, like compared to my hand. Look at that, absolutely incredible. All down here in Luxembourg Plaza. Got all the little balloons up there in the trees. Put all these spooky covers on here. Honestly, wow, look at these. Absolutely huge. It's amazing. Honestly, you could do a vlog just going around the whole park looking at theming. You probably do like 2 hours worth of content. I mean, it's crazy. So much to see. But anyway, going on another ride now. Gonna make my way over to Euro-Mir. Yes, a big green track, even though it's not green, but we've always sung it for some weird reason after playing Roller Coaster Tycoon a few years ago in my old series, and we had it on in the background, singing along to it, and there you go, that's how it all started. It's got an iconic soundtrack, this, and I love it. Here you can see as well, you've got a big tower made out of pumpkins there as well. That's really cool. I mean, that's quite easy to do, but it looks really good. All they've done is like built like a platform all the way round, keep getting it smaller up to the top, and then put loads of pumpkins around it. But yeah, the effect of it is really, really good. The Phoenix is definitely my favourite though, because a lot of work went into putting that together, it really did. But here we go, the sun's shining. Let's go for a ride on Project Euro-Mir. Off we go then. So we've made it to the top of the spiral lift hill that's all indoors. The iconic music playing. Here I am. Hey. And here we are on Euro-Mir. Beautiful views up here, especially when the sun's shining. We just meander around this top section. I love it. Really relaxing, but it does actually turn into quite an intense ride, especially when it spins around backwards. I love how it gradually builds up speed as we're going around here as well. There we go. Oh, there's the rebuild of Pirates in Batavia. Maybe my first time seeing the Scandinavia rebuild shortly after this. Whee! Woo! Oh! Wow! Oh, it's intense. Woo! Here we go. Whee! That's it, mate. Get your hands up. Love it. Woo! Whoop. You always make new friends on this ride when you spin round and face the other way. Here we go, intensity. Oh! Oh! Wow! Sharp brakes coming up. Oh, love it. Absolutely love a good ride on Euro-Mir here at Europa Park. It's a brilliant spinning coaster, really quite intense, especially when it turns backwards as well. And just overall, I think the layout's great. Love all the soundtrack, the lift hill, and just the scenic views that you get looking out over the park as well, especially when the sun is shining. Anyway, up next, I'm off to watch the Halloween ice show. This year, it's called Celtic Shadows. Looking forward to seeing it. Like I say, I've not been here at Halloween for a few years, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it's changed. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to film most of the shows here at Europa Park. However, I can actually film the parade later on towards the end of the day, so I'll be sure to get some footage of that for you all. But anyway, I'm going to go and watch Celtic Shadows and let you know my thoughts when I come out. Hello! So I've just come out of the Halloween ice show here at Europa Park. It's around a 40-minute production. Some really good music, costumes in there. Of course, you've got the big screen at the back as well that you just saw in the little clip that I put in there from the venue. And yeah, it was a really good show. Didn't really have much in terms of a storyline. It seems to end with a bit of an Irish theme going on, like some Irish dancing. But yeah, it was a good show. I wouldn't say it was anything like world class. I've seen much better ice shows done here previously. But it was a good show, I enjoyed it. Some really good acrobats in there as well, a couple of things that I've never actually seen before. So it was definitely worth watching. But yeah, like I say, it was about a 40-minute show, one of many different shows on offer here at the park. And there's another Halloween production that I'll be watching this afternoon down in the Italian-themed area. And with that being outside, I'll be able to film that as well. If you haven't guessed already, I'm here on the Historama monorail, leaving from Food Loop. And this will take me up towards Iceland. I will have a walk around there and have a ride on Bluefire Mega Coaster and also Wodan Timber Coaster as well. So I'll put some more shots in here from the monorail.
Nous arrivons bientôt à la gare en Islande.
Scenic views there on the Historama monorail, especially when you come into the Iceland themed area of Europa Park. I was really lucky with the timing there as well, especially with that Atlantica Super Splash that was just coming down into the water splash, so I got a good view of that. And also a Wodan timber coaster going over one of the hills there as well. Anyway, I'm over in the station now in the single rider queue for Blue Fire Mega Coaster. 40-minute wait on a 4-train service in the main queue, but I thought, you know what, I'll try a single rider. Quite a few of the big rides here have got it, and it normally is a little bit quicker as well if you don't mind being split from your party. Of course, with me being on my own, it's perfect, isn't it really? So here we go, let's have a ride on Blue Fire, and I'll take you on with the chest-mounted GoPro. Off we go then on Blue Fire. Waited about 10 minutes there in the single rider queue, moved really quick. And here we go. It's a mid-train ride for me, this one. I must say, it's much busier here today than what I was expecting for a Monday. I've not actually been here this late in the season before though, as we're closer to Halloween at the time of recording. So that's obviously why it's a bit busier. Oh, new lighting. Here we go. All the head choppers. Woo! Here we go, round to the big highlight of the ride. Woo! Oh wow! There we go, mid-train ride on Blue Fire. Fantastic ride there on Blue Fire Mega Coaster, as always. No matter where you sat on that, it's a fantastic ride. The front, obviously, you get, wow, Wodan, you get an even better view. At the back, you get some more hang time and pullover. But what a brilliant ride, really do enjoy it. And there's so much packed in to that layout. 4 inversions, 60-mile-an-hour launch, and like I say in the little onboard show there, before you actually launch and the doors open, yeah, they've replaced all the lighting in there as well, so that looks a lot better. Onboard audio wasn't working on that train. It's always been a bit hit and miss, to be honest. I mean, it's a great track done by Iceland, but yeah, it's hit or miss to whether you actually get it on there. I'm kind of hoping, you know, they'll go back to it at some point and work on the onboard sound system. But brilliant ride, really enjoyed it. Short wait there in single rider. Hoping for the same now here at Wodan Timber Coaster, GCI wooden coaster that opened here in 2012. Also located here in the Iceland themed area. Here we go then, front row on Wodan Timber Coaster. Waited about 35 minutes there in the normal queue. I was going to do single rider, however it was very busy. Woo. Yeah, I thought from my experience the single rider queue there was probably longer than the main queue. Of course, when you are doing single rider, that is always the risk. So it's paid off. Yeah, I waited 35 minutes. That includes the extra 5 or so minutes that I waited for the front row. It's more than worth it on Wodan. So here we go. Love this coaster. Absolutely love it. I enjoy coasters so much more when the sun's shining, I really do. And here we go. Hold on tight. Woo. Wow, absolutely flying around the track. What a ride. Wow. I feel like Wodan's even better in the heat as well. Maybe a little bit rougher, but don't get me wrong, it's more than worth it. I love it. Really intense. An awesome front row ride there on Wodan Timber Coaster. One of the best GCI coasters out there in the world, in my opinion. It's absolutely incredible, and even better on the front row, in my opinion, where you're pushed into some of the various hills and different twists and turns, where you get some great air time. But anyway, up next, it's time to take a walk through Scandinavia. Now, unfortunately, this area was actually destroyed by a fire in May 2018, and it took the team here at Europa Park just over a year to completely rebuild the area. Now, when I was here earlier in the year, it was supposed to be open ready for then. However, they were just putting some finishing tweaks to it and getting it all ready. Of course, when you're completely rebuilding something from the ground up, it takes a long time. So here we go. I'm excited to take a walk through the area. Now, of course, it doesn't look exactly like it did before the fire. They've actually done a lot of enhancements to it. Of course, since the Scandinavia area was originally built, Europa Park have come a long way when it comes to theming and overall experience, and they've kind of implemented that into the redesign of this area. But yes, let's go and take a walk through, and I'm excited. This is my first time going in to go and see it all, and I must say it's just great to see all the turrets and the Fjord restaurant and everything built back up again. It really is. I've been a Europa Park fan. It was a huge emotional moment watching it burn down, and some friends of mine were here at the time and took some photos of it happening, and it was very sad actually watching it unfold, as I'm sure you can imagine. So let's take a walk around here and go and see the area. Very busy with people coming down this way. Now, I must say the area has certainly kept its charm, which is really good to see. And the fact they've kept it a narrow street down here, just like it was before, keeps it very sort of secluded in a way from the rest of the park. And I do really like that. All the details on the facades all the way around, it looks absolutely incredible. The Fjord restaurant looks very similar to how it did before, with the colour scheme and design, but just a lot more detailed. Like I say, Europa Park have come a long way when it comes to enhancing with theming and the overall experience, and you can see they've definitely implemented that into the rebuild here of Scandinavia. Also, you've got some new food outlets as well, and a few changes to the layout, such as the building we can see just over here. That's also meant that they've got like an outdoor seating area at the top. As you saw in the last clip before this one, you've still got the seating area just out the front as well, that sort of looks over the rapids, which is quite nice. That's just actually around the other side of the Fjord restaurant. It's like a balcony. And then this will be the entrance to Snorri Touring, which is a new dark ride that's actually been built underneath where I'm standing right now. And here's a little look at the sign on the entrance door. A little bit of information all about it there. That's going to be opening on the 23rd of November 2019. They're the ride vehicles, and yeah, the park themselves have been releasing quite a lot of teasers about it in the run up to the opening, because it's coming up, what, next month? So certainly very exciting. Seems like you're also going to exit into this new Snorri gift shop as well. Like, you're going to come up like some stairs, I assume, around that way, and it'll lead you into that shop. But yeah, it looks very, very similar around here to how it was before. However, they've just really enhanced it, which is really good to see. So here's a little look inside the Snorri gift shop, and like I say, I'm pretty sure it's going to be this door over here that's going to lead you up from the dark ride, and this will be the exit straight into the shop. Like I say, I'm only guessing it could be another door like this one, but there's part of me that thinks it is going to be that door. I mean, just looking at like the mechanism and stuff at the top there, seems like it's a maglock or something on there, so I think that could be the door that's going to lead you into the shop when you come off the ride. Snorri is the mascot for the new Rulantica water park, that's going to be opening next month as well. And of course, that's what the dark ride is all based on, the mascot of the water park and all the different characters as well. So you got all sorts of merchandise around here. It just feels a lot bigger. It's kept its charm, this area, but it kind of feels like they've made the buildings a little bit wider, sort of inside, so they can fit more in. But no, I do really like it. Loads of items on sale. Christmas is already in as well. And over here you can buy some shoes if you really want to. I mean, I'm not too sure who comes to Europa Park and says, you know what, I'm going to go there and buy a new pair of trainers, but you never know, and the option's there in the Scandinavia area for those of you that want to. Talking of the rebuild here as well, the iconic shark photo opportunity has got a new place just down at the bottom here of the ramp. It was actually located in the street before, and like I say, just to sort of help widen it up there and so they could put some more shops and food outlets in. Yeah, they've moved the shark down here, but they have still got that iconic photo opportunity that is certainly good to see. Anyway, I'm going to take a walk now around the corner into the Holland themed area. Now unfortunately, a huge dark ride was also destroyed in the fire. Originally built in 1987, Pirates in Batavia was a beautiful attraction, a boat ride, and if you like, it was Europa Park's version of Pirates of the Caribbean with a lot of similar style elements in there. That did actually get completely destroyed during the fire. But the park are completely rebuilding it, and that's going to be reopening in 2020, and a lot of work has already took place on the rebuild. Of course, you can't really see loads unless you're sort of up on Euro-Mir like earlier, where we got a nice aerial view, but we can start to see some of the entrance going into place and also the facade as well. So let's head round into the Dutch themed area and go and take a look. So as we can see, the crane is in action and work is really progressing now on Pirates in Batavia. Like I say, this will be opening at some point in 2020, and it's just good to see these buildings going back up here and all the facade to this attraction. Now the show building itself, you won't be able to see from here, of course. This is all to cover it up, but the show building's kind of half behind the Scandinavia area and fjord rafting, and then sort of half behind Euro-Mir as well, to sort of put it into perspective where it is in the park. And then of course you've got the huge facade here that's currently going in, and this will be the entrance to it. You can see just here, from looking at the concept art, there's going to be like a stained glass window up there, all your usual sort of features, you know, kind of how it looked before with some aspects, but then again it's having a complete refresh, much like Scandinavia. They're not just rebuilding it exactly the same. I imagine this is going to have a lot more creativity of their own into it. Instead of looking at Pirates of the Caribbean and thinking, let's do our own version of that, I can really see them putting a lot more of their own ideas into it now. But yeah, this facade actually continues all the way around here. There's a restaurant, there was a show venue, and so much all included within the Pirates in Batavia building that did all sadly burnt down. Of course, like I say, just the reason it all went up in flames is because it's all connected. Like the Scandinavia street is built on the back of this. So when the fire actually broke out in Pirates, it meant that the whole of it was destroyed, unfortunately. But onwards and upwards, the park are moving on from it, and so should we. So we'll let them get on with it, and I look forward to riding it again in 2020. Something we can ride though is the coffee cups just here. Now this is a normal standard teacups ride during the season, and then at Halloween they put all smoke and lighting in there, and they actually board it up, so yeah, it's dark inside. So let's head round there and have a ride on the coffee cups. Nearly forgot to mention it, but you've got the Junior Club Studios, that's also just recently opened, and that's like a kids interactive show with all the different characters. Let's go on the coffee cups, Halloween version. Here we go, time for a spin. I love the show elements to it. on the walls. They're actually little peek holes, so people can see in from outside and have a little preview. Hey, smoke time! Woo! Oh my God, blown! There really is so much change done for Halloween here at Europa Park. It really is crazy how many decorations there are around the place and changes to attractions. And we're going to see another one shortly up in the Spanish area. So just before that, let's have a look round at these sand sculptures, shall we? Another little experience just here for Halloween. Just going to have a little walk through. Oh, these look incredible. So as you can see, you've got Euro-Mouse and all these different pals, all made of sand. There we go, there's Ed. Wow. Wonder how long it takes to do one of these. Like, really, really cool. Nice photo opportunity there as well. I don't think that's real sand though. No, these are brilliant all the way around here. Huge as well. I saw some photos of these on Instagram the other day, but didn't realise how big they actually were going to be. A few next to each other over here. Notice quite a lot of spooky lighting around here as well, so I bet they look good in the dark. But yeah, we're going to make our way around towards the Spanish themed area now. Let's go and have a ride on the Ferrier swing that also has some updates done for Halloween. After we have a look over here at Edda Euro-Mouse, of course. Oh, really, really cool they are. Another nice little addition for Halloween, something that they never used to do a few years ago. Over into the Spanish themed area then now of Europa Park. Let's come and check out the Halloween version of the Ferrier swing. Loving the sign up here. Fluke de Vampire. So let's go and take a ride on here. Here we go, got the smoke pumping out. Bit of spooky audio, bit of spooky lighting, and off we go. So it's like a family version of a Matterhorn ride, this. Doesn't get up to full speed. I imagine it probably could do if they ran it on a different setting. But they like to keep it available for the families, of course. That just shows really, doesn't it, that with a bit of thought, a smoke machine and some lighting, you can create a nice Halloween experience. And of course it just makes the whole thing feel a lot more of a package in terms of, you know, if you come in here for the day, you can tell it's Halloween in the different themed areas. Some events, especially back home, need to work on the park-wide theming. And talking of more stuff around the park, got some more theming down here as well on that walkway just outside of the Spanish area. Another photo opportunity there, more pumpkins, corn on all the posts. It's crazy, it really is. Like, I dread to think how long and how much money it costs to do all this theming. But I suppose with stuff like this, once they've built it, it can just come back every year. But yeah, it looks really good, that does. And one of my favourites down here actually is a large tarantula with a few smaller ones next to it as well. A brilliant photo opportunity. Nobody in it at the moment actually, so we can see it in all its glory. There we go, look at this. Brilliant photo opportunity, that. Absolutely awesome, isn't it? Like made of fiberglass and stuff, you know, they do a really good job. Yeah, that's like 3 big photo opportunities in a row. Big props, theming, set pieces, whatever you want to call them. It all adds to the overall experience of Halloween at Europa Park. Someone has spent a very, very long time painting this snory pumpkin down here. Look at this, fantastic. Really nicely detailed, wow. And it's not just one, there's a few of these all throughout the area as well. Crazy. Up next then here at Europa Park, it's time for me to go and watch another Halloween show. This time it's on the outdoor stage in the Italian themed area, just next door to where I am now in France. So I'm going to head round there, and with this being on the outdoor stage, I will be able to film it and put in some highlights for you all over the next few minutes. The show is called Breakout, and it's some sort of rock and roll show from reading the description. Never seen anything about it before, no photos or video or anything, so I'm looking forward to seeing it, and here's some highlights over the next few minutes. Well, that was certainly interesting. Before I talk about it, I'm just going to read you this off the map just here, a bit of a description as to what that show is. So Breakout, a dark force lies deep in each of us, just waiting to escape and be free. Experience how mystical creatures unleash the true power of rock and roll, an exciting Halloween spectacle with breathtaking artists and devilishly good music. And yes, it's got a runtime of 17 minutes. It's now 11 minutes past 4, so it was an 11-minute show, and yeah, there was 2 acts, so something must have gone wrong there in terms of maybe someone's called in ill or something, because that was definitely a reduced showing and there was no storyline to it or anything, and the lady that it shows here all dressed up, she doesn't even appear in it. So yeah, God knows what actually happened there, but there we go. I must say that was pretty poor show there, that was. I mean, don't get me wrong, the couple of acts that were on there, they still did a great job, but in terms of overall it being put together in terms of production, that wasn't great. So yeah, that's got to have been like a reduced show, surely. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I was waiting for the next act to come on, just after those guys there on like the trampolines and stuff, and then the orders came out, did a bow, and that was the end of the show. So surely it must have been a reduced showing or something, but no, that was definitely that show anyway. And at first I thought, hang on a minute, like, have I come to something different? Like, it says 4 o'clock on the Italian open air stage, but yeah, that wasn't great. The ice show earlier on was really good, but in terms of the shows, I don't think they're on par as what they used to be a few years ago, especially during Halloween, unfortunately. So I've come back over to the English themed area of Europa Park to do another couple of editions for Halloween. But just before I go into those and talk more about them, just wanted to share a bit of information about what happened last night. So, I actually landed into Germany yesterday afternoon and came straight to Europa Park last night to actually go to the Horror Nights Traumatica event, which is a scare event that runs here. It's run for many years. This year it features 5 scare mazes, 3 scare zones and a couple of shows as well. So it runs as a separate ticketed event until 11 o'clock in the evening. I came to that last night, and of course I intended on filming a vlog. So this is where it gets a bit complicated. Now I did the event for the first time in 2013 and then again in 2015. Had no issues filming a vlog, it was absolutely fine. You just couldn't film inside the actual scare mazes themselves, which is completely fair enough. They've never allowed it, had no intention of doing it. Turned up to the event last night, I waited 40 minutes to be right at the front before they opened the gates of the event, and of course had bag searched, and I was told that I couldn't actually take this camera into the event last night. So of course I had a bit of a chat with them and said, you know, it doesn't say anything on the restrictions in terms of it's just for the mazes but not for bringing it into the event. There's a restrictions board at the entrance of Traumatica and also on the website. So of course I had a little bit of a chat with them about that. Spoke to the couple of staff and it was a strict no, I can't take this camera in. However, I could have took my GoPro into the event, not to use inside the mazes of course, but just to film around the event. So a bit of a strange rule really, not allowing a certain size of camera it seems. I mean, this camera's not even that big really, probably twice the size of a GoPro, but yeah, it seems a bit silly really. So anyway, there would have been a vlog from Horror Nights Traumatica last night. However, there isn't going to be because I couldn't take this camera in. I'm not going to bore you all by going into the details, but basically I had to go all the way back to my hotel, which was about a 20-minute walk from the entrance to Traumatica, and back again to go and store my camera, as we had nowhere to store it. And by the time I got into the event, I'd already missed about 45 minutes of it. I was a bit annoyed at the situation, and yeah, I thought, you know what, it's one of those, isn't it? I wouldn't have had really time to film the vlog anyway. It was a rush round to get the 5 attractions done, 3 scare zones, and see the shows. Luckily, I didn't really think that much to the event anyway, so you haven't missed too much, to be honest. And there wasn't really loads to film in terms of the scare zones. They were quite poor in terms of theming. It's certainly an event that I probably won't be rushing back to in the next few years, and that isn't just because I couldn't take this camera in to do a vlog. That's my genuine thoughts on it. Watched the vlog back from 2015 for Horror Nights. I wasn't a massive fan of it. I thought it was good, but it wasn't anything spectacular. That was still the same. There was some great theming and set pieces, but it kind of lacked on scares. But that's that one, so it does mean there's only going to be this one vlog from Europa Park this time. I'm coming on park for a few hours tomorrow, but then I'm getting the train over to Paris to go to Disneyland. Anyway, moving onwards and upwards, we've got a scare attraction here that I'm going to take you into now, because you are actually allowed to film in this one. Very, very weird, like all the different rules regarding the scares. Basically, just going back to Traumatica again, it's run as like by an external company in terms of the security on there, the people that put it together, and as much as it is at Europa Park and they have a big influence on it, a lot of different staff run it, so I think that's why there were some issues. But there we go, it happens, and then things happen, don't they? I've had a great day today here in the park itself. But yes, I'm going to take you into an attraction now that I'm looking forward to seeing. This literally lasts about a minute from what I've been told. You have to be 12 to go into it. It's free to enter, and it's just located here in the British themed area. So it's Bloody Mary's Mansion. So yeah, I can film inside. Come along and join me, and let's see what this is all about. So here we go. It's time to enter Bloody Mary's Mansion. Don't really know what to expect. I mean, the same for 12 plus. Oh. Oh, bit of strobe action. And there we go. It was alright, that was quite well themed in there. Actors did a couple of jump scares, very short, but as expected, you know, it's only a small little area what they use for seating really during the rest of the season, and it's good to see they've added something in there. But anyway, another little change what they've made here in the England themed area is Queen's Diamonds, because that's been updated for Halloween. However, it's got a huge queue at the moment, so I'll probably come back and do this later on or tomorrow if not. But you can see inside what it normally like here and watch the various other vlogs that I've filmed before on the channel, you'll see that. But yes, Queen's Diamonds, it's like a laser maze, but it's been updated to the Curse of Baron Williams, a special version just for the Halloween season. You can see you've got a bit of extra decors and cobwebs out here, and yeah, literally, this is a big queue because you've got to think only one person can go in at a time, and then they can take like a certain amount of time to finish the maze. So this could be about a 20-25 minute wait, so I'm going to give that a miss for now. And like I say, if you do want to see inside there, I filmed in it before in the previous vlogs from Europa Park. Like I say, this trip is a sort of whistle-stop tour just to come and see the park's Halloween event, and yeah, just film this vlog here for you guys and show you what it's all about. Anyway, I'm going to head over to Arthur in the Minimoys Kingdom now for a ride on the Mack-powered suspended coaster. Let's go. wonderful ride there on Arthur in the Minimoys Kingdom here at Europa Park. It's absolutely gorgeous inside this themed area. Of course, you've not just got Arthur in here as well. There's the Poppy Towers, like 2 little drop towers. You've also got the little Mulmul carousel as well just over there. Just a little flat ride for the kids. But it's a really heavily themed area in here. All the nice lighting around, the audio, and of course seeing the ride vehicle come above you in here as well really makes it. Anyway, just before the Halloween parade, I'm going to go and have a little lap round, or maybe do half of the circuit on the EP Express as the sun goes down here at Europa Park. Ready for the parade. Looking forward to it. Absolutely love a nice scenic ride on the EP Express. Really nice monorail, takes you around the park, you get some great views. Even if you don't want to use it as a transport ride, you can just go around and get some really nice scenic shots of the park and then get back off at the station that you got on at, or you can just keep going on a few laps if you really wanted to just have a chill out. You know, you don't have to sort of get off at any of the stations. Same with all the transport rides here, you can stay on them for as long or as little as you want to. Anyway, I've got about 90 minutes to go until the end of my day here at Europa Park. As you may be aware, as I've mentioned in previous vlogs, but I'll say it again just in case you don't know, Europa Park always advertised to close during the summer season at 6 o'clock. However, they can extend that, and they normally do depending on crowds. Like I say, it's a bit busier today than what I was expecting actually for a Monday. I thought it might be a bit quieter, but ride close has been extended from 6 o'clock until 7 o'clock. There's a high chance if you are coming here, and there are quite a few crowds, you will get a ride close extension. I know last night, obviously I was over at Traumatica, but it did stay open until 8:30, so that's 2.5 hours extra than what they advertised. Anyway, it's nearly time for the Europa Park Halloween Parade. We've got some highlights coming up for you all in the next few minutes.
In about 5 minutes, the Europa Park Halloween Parade will march in at your location. Ready yourselves. Augen dunkel machte so schrecklich, so schwarz und kalt. Lass meine Hoch, dieser Spaß nur für euch nur Lehrende. C'est la notre but, pour la fuite dans la rue, une nuit remplie de rêves. And the rain used to scare, screaming humans everywhere, a little bit from us to you. After the breaking night, we rise up so high.
Lasst uns weiterziehen.
Back on the float, lost souls, we have to move on. Inside the Europa Park in France, people everywhere.
There from the 2019 Europa Park Halloween parade. Really enjoyed that. It was really long as well. That's probably the longest parade they've ever done here that I've seen anyway. Of course, I've been visiting since 2013. But yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed that. Some real high quality floats, some new ones as well. Bear in mind, it's been what, 3 years since I was last here for Halloween. So yeah, it was really good to see like all the different changes to that in terms of the floats. Soundtrack was nice. The show stop was good. They actually do 2 of the show stops, which is basically where all the floats will park up and then the characters and performers will get off the float and dance for a few minutes to a song. Then you get a little bit of pyrotechnics on one of the floats, and then like all sorts of confetti goes up as well. They do the show stops in 2 places, so outside Food Loop, all over there on Luxembourg Plaza, and then just here as well at the entrance to Russia, like on that street down towards Switzerland. So yeah, they're the 2 places where they do the show stops. But yeah, that was really good quality. I look forward to seeing what they do for next year's like main season parade, because that's having a big update and I'm really looking forward to it. In fact, they've been teasing it all year down in like a little preview area that I did film in my vlogs when I was here earlier in the year, so make sure you check them out. Anyway, not long to go until the park closes at 7 o'clock. Probably just going to have time to do one more ride, maybe a couple, but I'm going to head down towards Silver Star and have a ride on there as the sun has now gone down. It'll be not a night ride, but all the park will be lit up, and by the time I've waited in the queue for it, it'll be getting dark. So yeah, let's head down to France. Going to have a ride on Silver Star.
Check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, the awesome team over here on Silver Star. Hey, love it. They all love theme park worldwide. Off we go. Fantastic. Honestly, I love the team on here. They're massive fans of the channel. It's crazy. And here we go. Oh, look at this. Yeah, it's a lot darker than I thought it was going to be, actually. Wait about 25 minutes. Advertised 35. Oh, it's just that perfect, like, sky out there now. The coaster's all lit up beautifully. It's going to be my last ride of the day here at Europa Park. Oh, look at that. I sat on this side so we can get some great views of the coaster going up. All built next to the car parks here. So you see all the traffic going out. Surprising really, a lot of people don't stay right until the end of the day. So it's a good time to get some quieter rides in. And here we go. Don't know how much you're going to see because it is pretty dark out there. And of course GoPros aren't the best in the dark, but we'll find out now. Woo! Whoa! Oh, there's back at the park. Feel the trims. Woo! Hey! Woo! Woo! Best part of the ride coming up. Way! Oh, and photo on the brake run. Oh, there we go. Been great to get back on Silver Star. It might not be my favourite B&M coaster, but it's still a good ride. That last section, you get some really good airtime, and the team on here are great as well. Really, really love them all. Doesn't the German alley look absolutely wonderful with all the lights on? And no matter what time of year you come to Europa Park, it always looks absolutely beautiful. I've just had Silver Star then for my last ride. It was really, really good on there to see some friends of mine actually who've watched the channel for a while, and of course have a night ride on that coaster as well. The sky was absolutely gorgeous tonight, and that sums up this visit to Europa Park Halloween. Like I say, it's been a bit of a flying visit really for me to come here, come and see all the Halloween events. And then of course I'm heading down to Disneyland Paris tomorrow, where I'm going to be doing a vlog from there and seeing Halloween there for the first time in many, many years. So I'm really excited for that. But in terms of Halloween here at Europa Park, it's been wonderful. It really has. It really gets you in the mood with all the theming all around. And that's the great thing with this event. No matter what area of the park you're in, there's always something to tell you it's Halloween. Whether it's a ride that's been changed over, or the pumpkins like hay bales all around, the big statues, the shows. The parade was definitely a big highlight for me today. I loved that. And just in general, it's had a really nice atmosphere. Of course, this vlog, you know, we've hardly even touched the rides really. It had, like I said at the start, it has been all about the Halloween celebrations here at the park. I filmed quite a few vlogs from Europa Park now, so make sure you check them all out in the dedicated playlist here on the channel. I do go a lot more into detail with the rides and other shows and food and that sort of thing in other vlogs. I was actually here back in June earlier this year, where I filmed a series of vlogs from that trip. So if you want to see all the other different rides and roller coasters, then of course check that out. It has been more about the Halloween celebration, and I've done a few of my favourite rides. But yeah, the highlight for me has just been seeing the event again after a few years. Is it somewhere that I'm going to come back to at Halloween again for another couple of years? Probably not. I'm probably going to, you know, let it change again now, let it evolve like I have done this time. My favourite time to come to Europa Park is still either for summer or during the winter season. I absolutely love the winter, and as much as Halloween is decorated amazingly for the winter season, they go go to town even more with the Christmas theming. And I think for me, it's like the quality of the shows haven't been quite as good this time. The parade was good, but like the ice show, that other show that I watched, and just a bit of the, you know, street theatre and stuff hasn't been on the same level as what it used to be for Halloween. Whereas Christmas, I really, really enjoy it. So, yeah, that's, you know, just my bit of feedback from it. I think they do an absolutely amazing event, suitable for the whole family. Unfortunately, it's a shame that I've not managed to film the vlog over at Traumatica. Well, same photo. Like as I said earlier in the vlog, you know, I couldn't take this vlogging camera into there last night, even just to film around the event, which is a shame. You know, it really is. But there we go. It's one of those. But there we go. Thank you very much for joining me in this vlog from Europa Park at Halloween. I'm not too sure when the next time is. I'm going to be standing here on the German alley. I have got an annual pass, but that runs out in a few weeks' time. So yeah, I'm not too sure when I'm going to be coming back. I won't be renewing it directly. You know, I never do, because obviously you get 365 days on that pass. The park does shut in January through to March, so I always try and plan it and think when's the best time to get it. So I'm probably going to wait now until a summer visit possibly next year, and then it'll run for the 365 days from that. But of course, anything's subject to change. It's been wonderful to get back here to Europa Park. A big thank you to all the staff who've been really good actually in the park. They've been fantastic. Not so much in Traumatica, but in the park they've been really good. But there we go. Thank you very much for joining me. He's excited for another vlog here from Europa Park on Theme Park Worldwide. And that means it's time to cue those credits. See you later.